wrestling fans, thanks for clicking today's Dreaded Heroes report. Alright, let's get on with some good old news. Got some strange stuff and odd things. Anyway, strange and odd, same thing. But as noted that the WWE NXT Arrivals is what the name of the show is, the pay-per-view, will be airing on the WWE Network at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on February 27th. Word is that it's going to be a 2-hour event. And I didn't know it was a pay-per-view unless they're calling getting the WWE Network a pay-per-view, but I don't know whether it's going to be extra or not. So, regarding Rey Mysterio possibly being injured at Tuesday's SmackDown taping, WWE's got an internal injury report that they put out for the week, and Rey wasn't listed on it though, but either WWE officials don't know if Rey's injured or not. I guess they could ask him. Or it's being kept off of the internal report, or their injury just wasn't significant. Alright, as noted before, it was Vince McMahon's decision, by the way, to change the Big E Langston and Antonio Cesaro's name to shorten it. Wrestling Observer adds that somebody in WWE thought Antonio sounded like a guy's name who wasn't tough. And that's why they now are calling him Cesaro. But it's kind of like Nunzio. Nunzio always came out about this high. And it sounds good when you're a gangster or a mobster or something, but not a short, he's a good wrestler though. No offense, Nunzio. But anyway, WWE published the playlist looking at Batista sending opponents through tables over the years. And Kane's going to be making a rare appearance at the Mall of America, Bloomington, Minnesota on Friday, February 21st at noon to promote the Elimination Chamber, which there's nothing like Kane promoting an Elimination Chamber in a suit and tie. As noted, Big Show, he's currently in India doing promotional work for WWE, and he held a WrestleMania Reading Challenge event earlier that day. And Show's had at least 2 different crowds with over 20,000 people since he's been there. I hope there wasn't a buffet going on, because boy, he'd be stampeding them out of there. Hey, WWE Studios, remember I told you about the Leprechaun movie that has got good old Hornswoggle in it? He plays the leading role in it. Of course, he's the Leprechaun, I guess. Anyway, it's been pushed back to about August this year, and originally it was scheduled to be released in March. And WWE Studios' next horror film, Oculus. No WWE superstars are appearing in this movie, and it comes out in the theaters April 11th, which is probably a good deal. No stars are in it. We might have some actors in it. Former, no offense, John Cena and Miz. Former WWE star Scotty 2 Hotty, he's just finishing up a 2-week stint down at the Performance Center down in Orlando, and he's been working out in the ring with the NXT talent. Now this is a strange story here. Shane McMahon's name was brought up in a story about a fraudulent deal to purchase Maxim magazine. Why Maxim? But anyway, the New York Post reports that convicted stock swindler Calvin Darden Jr. Had put together an offer to buy the magazine, but was arrested Wednesday for lying to investors and raising money for the purchase. Anyway, Darden Jr. made investors believe that his wealthy father was going to buy the magazine and was trying to defraud Shane McMahon out of $20 million. While filming a pilot episode began a few weeks ago, HBO has officially picked up The Rock's half-hour comedy drama show called The Ballers. Don't ask me. But The Rock stars and is the executive producer, while Mark Wahlberg is also the executive producer. Don't think he's in the show. But anyway, filming for the first season will begin later this year. And don't know what he's going to have to work all that in between all of his movies. I still think he's got a bunch coming. I'll look it up and then let you know. Anyway, February 14th, 2014, Mattel and WWE announced a multi-year extension of their global master toy licensing agreement through 2019. So I don't expect a bunch out of that. Summer Rae tweeted that she's excited about being the first WWE diva cast in a WWE studio movie. She says, "I'm so humbled to be the first ever diva featured in a WWE studio production. The can't tell you how excited I am. The only thing I want to know is, are you going to take your top off? Jeff Hardy, he's returning to TNA as Willow. It seemed like, didn't he do that a long time ago? Anyway, TNA posted a vignette on his return. Gunner taking on Maxim for the world title. Maxim. Did I say Maxim? Magnus for the world title. Back to that. Anyway, the Wolves versus Bad Influence and Gail Kim taking on ODB in a street fight has been announced for next week's Impact. And Team MVP versus Team Dixie Lethal Lockdown match at next month's pay-per-view will be for the control and operation of TNA. March 2014 issue of Charlotte magazine looked at the local heroin crisis in Charlotte. And they mentioned Reid Flair's death, was mentioned in the article. Ric Flair, he's going to be appearing, by the way, at WrestleFest event in Newark, California, May 17th at American High School. Scott Hall, Ricky Morton, and Robert Gibson's also going to be there. And superstar Jay Lethal, WWE superstar, got married this week. His sister-in-law, WWE diva Naomi, posted photos of Jay and his new bride. WWE NXT Arrival pay-per-view, which I was telling you, will begin at 11 Eastern Standard Time. It's going head-to-head with TNA's Impact Wrestling and will only be available on the WWE Network. Still saying it's a pay-per-view, so I'm not sure what the story is on that. There's a lot of talk in WWE that Christian isn't expected to stick around once his current contract expires. At the age of 40, there's a feeling that WWE Creative isn't going to do anything significant with Christian, and he's just kind of playing out the string. And as soon as he gets to the end of it, he could do independent things, and he probably just, because he is very not accident prone, but he does a lot of moves that's just scary. But his body's probably about as bad as Edge, just about. Happy birthday to one-time NWA National Tag Team Champion Rip Rogers, 59 years old. Shh, don't tell Rip that, but it's his birthday. 1995, King of the Ring winner Viscera, and a bunch of other names. 42 years old. One-time ECW World Champion Tommy Dreamer, 43, and former TNA Knockout Tag Team Champion Hamada, 33. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.